Om. 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 Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande paramananda madhavam. Bhagwan Krishna described, fourth chapter, described many yajnas. Actually, they are not yajnas in the sense oblations are offered in the fire. But figuratively, they are termed as yajnas. Only to praise and show how great is Jnana Yajna, how great is Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, how great is the direct knowledge of us, one and all, what we call I, in reality, what exactly it is. What exactly it is. All these yajnas are called as dravya yajna. Dravya yajna, some materials are involved in that. In contrast to jnana yajna, which is the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, knowledge of what this principle called I is in reality. Be aware of that in its real nature, in contrast to what we know today about ourselves as an individual, full of joys and sorrows and limitations and subject to birth and death and all that, called samsara. In reality, it is free from that. So the question is, how this specific knowledge of me in reality, called Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, whatever you call it. But it only simply is knowledge of what I am in reality. How this knowledge can be gained? What are the means? What are the means that we have to adopt? See, to learn anything, you have to go to a person who is highly knowledgeable about that, not only knowledgeable, who knows exactly what it is it not? Nowadays, of course, what they call you Google out. Either you Google out or do what you mean Google. Some storage of information is there. Is it not? But their problem can come. More often than not, you will get correct information. But there, all information are stored there. At times, you are at the crossroads, whether this is correct or this is correct. You have to apply your brain only as such. Whatever it may be. You go to the person who knows what it is and also knows the means how to get it. Besides, if some obstructions come, if something goes wrong, how to set it right? All this we know. So therefore, the Bhagavan tells us, if you want to gain the knowledge, go to such and such person. Why Bhagavan has not told, go to Avatar? Bhagavan is Avatar, Krishna is Avatar. Number one, avatars are not all along. On occasion, for certain mission, they do come. Besides that, even if Avatara has come, it has got many missions. Avatara doesn't come specifically to teach. There are many avatars where teaching is not there at all. Here, of course, in Krishna avatar, it is there. It is so elaborate here. In Rama avatar, hardly about 70, 80 verses are there. It's called as Rama Gita. Lakshmana was asked in the forest, and Rama taught him like that. So even if Avatara comes, he may not take to teaching. He will have many other pressing missions. It's designed for what he is coming. So therefore, but one has to go to such persons who know about it. That famous stanza, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. Tadvidhi. You can't say know the knowledge. Know the means of gaining the knowledge. Go to who? Jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. Those who are jnanis, not sufficient. Same time, tattvadarshi. Here in this context, jnani means the person who has got scriptural knowledge. In general parlance, Atma Jnani is the one who has got aparoksha jnana, who has got direct knowledge of I, Atma Swarupa in reality, who has experience of the Atma Swarupa. But here Tattvadarshi word is used, so the word jnana gets limited only to the book knowledge. The one who knows all that is told about Atma Swarupa and the means in the scriptures, not sufficient. Tattvadarshinaha. He knows that principle in reality. Elsewhere, Bhagavan used the word jnana vijnana. Vijnana means sakshatkara. Direct experience of what I am in reality. In contrast, what I experience moment by moment to be myself as samsari. So Tattva Darshana means otherwise called as Shrotriyaha Brahmanishta. Well versed the Shastras, at the same time, he is rooted in the vision of what one's true nature is. So therefore, go to who? Jnani, and who is Tattvadarshi. How to approach? Pariprane, pranipatena, pariprashnena, sevaya. Pranipata, prakarshena nichaihi pata. Like we said, Sashtanga Namaskara. by falling on the ground. It shows the attitude of surrender. Because here is a problem for which I am not able to get the solution from any quarters whatsoever. At the same time, I know here is a person who knows all about it. There's no other way than to seek his shelter. So by that shows the attitude. Pariprashnena, by asking the questions, etc. But it is with pranipata, means it is not to find out how much the Guru knows, etc. Not to assess him, not to rate him as such. Questioners are of three types. One, those who want to find out how much this person knows. Because he is a knowledgeable person and you want to find out. A guru has nothing to do with him. There are others who know something, at the same time they want to show that he knows something. They ask questions. A guru has nothing to do with him. Third person is the one here described. He wants to know, and he knows that this person knows it. So therefore, with the right attitude, with the right approach, he tries to investigate into it what is all about. Such person should be helped in the mandate of the Shastra. A mandate to a guru. If an eligible seeker comes, he should be taught, and it should be seen until it should be seen that finally he gets the knowledge. Pranipata, surrender. Pariprashna, proper inquiry. Then sevaya, by seva. See? In seva, service, there is tyaga is involved. Giving up is involved. Where tyaga means you get rid of mindness. When we say I, we take the body as I, whatever that belongs to the body as mine. In the tyaga, you get rid of mindness. So your asakti, your preeti, your attachment, things and beings the world gets erased, which is necessary. Thereby, you will slowly get rid of I notion, erroneous identity in the body also. Sevaya. If you approach with this right attitude, te jnanam upadekshanti, sajnani tattvadarshi, they will teach you jnana in the sense, the means of gaining the knowledge. How you can gain the knowledge. So therefore, one has to approach a spiritual master who not only knows what scriptures have to say, but also has verified for oneself the truth. That is, he is teaching. Then only the teaching works. Otherwise, of course, some punya will be there, but it will not be so effective. One thing is sure, the disciple also must be an eligible person. Just as it is said, Vaktureva tajjadyam yatra bodha, yatra shrota na buddhyate. If a listener is not able to get the knowledge, it is the inefficiency, incapacity of the teacher. It is true, provided what? The Shrota, the listener, here the disciple, is a fit one, is an eligible one. If he is not eligible, what can be done? It is a great nuisance or a punishment, as it were, for a teacher. I generally jokingly tell, if you want to punish a speaker, put him in front of the audience who are not interested. The great punishment to the speaker. So like that, no. Fit disciple, an equally competent master. This must be the right pair. And having, see, look here. Krishna is telling this to Arjuna. Krishna right in front of him. Say, Krishna, don't you come to me after the war, I will tell you. No. Of course, he has already taught there is a different thing as such. He is teaching. But for all Krishnas, they are not available. Arjuna was a fortunate person. They also should know where it is, their knowledge is available. So therefore, don't expect Avatara to come and teach you. If such an occasion is there, well and good. Nothing like that. But such opportunity all the time doesn't come, even if Avatara comes. So therefore, and when you get this knowledge, Arjuna, you will not have lack of viveka or delusion as you have now. So, yajñātvāna punarmoham evam vyāsasi pandava yena bhūtāna sheshena drakshasi atmani anyatu. Having got this knowledge, I am going to kill these people, etc. You will not have. And as a result, you know that by this knowledge, you will find that entire cosmos is revolving in you, Chaitanya Atma. Not only that, he is in me, Paramatma, because you, Atma, me, divinity principle, Paramatma, is one and the same Chaitanya Tattva, pure consciousness principle, pure awareness principle. See, remember one thing. If you have not picked up a much thing as such, the Bhagavad Tattva, the principle of divinity, or what we call today as God principle, is formless, not with form, not sakara. It is nirakara. At one place in Yoga Vasishta, Bhagavan Shiva tells none other than Vasishta, Sakaro Naiva Bhagavan. Any entity with form cannot be Bhagavad Tattva, divinity principle. He says, me Shiva, not Narayana, Vaikuntha, no. Ganesha, Rudra, Lakshmi, Durga, no. Sakaro Naiva Bhagavan. Then question comes. The scriptures themselves have told us. Bhagavan is such and such a form. Kailasadipati Shiva, Vaikuntadipati Narayana, Brahmaloka Brahmaji, Ganesha, Durga, Lakshmi, etc. All are told. How come? Yes. It is told to those who are not eligible to directly discover the formless divinity principle. The secondary step, all these are told by Shastras. They are helpful. They are useful as a means, but finally, and where you find this? The sentience principle in you and me and every living being and the existence of anything and everything in the creation is this Chaitanya Tattva, pure conscious principle, divinity principle. Who can miss it? But our mind is so preoccupied in the world of objects, beings, and events. We have no leisure to inquire and discover this. Problem lies with us, and not that divinity principle is something, some remote as such. Don't think that way. It is our non-availability to take to right inquiry. So therefore, if you get this, entire cosmos is in me, Chaitanya, not body. And that is the divinity principle in me, Ishvara. And do you know the greatness of this knowledge? Even if you are the so-called most heinous sinner, if you get this knowledge, you will be freed from the sin. Api chedasi papebhya sarvebhya papakrittama sarvam jnanaplavenaiva vrijidam santarishasi. This knowledge is pavitra, purifying, so holy that even if, not that I am telling you are sinner, supposition, even if there is a sinner like Valya Koli, who became Valmiki, Papebhya Papakritama, the topmost among the papis, Sarvam Jnana Plavenaiva Vrijinam Santarishasi. All this Vrijina, Papa, you will cross over by the boat of Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, knowledge of your Swarupa. So purifying, ennobling this knowledge is. In fact, there is no option for this knowledge. In life, we have got many options. For a student, whether to take engineering or medicine, or commerce, or administration, choice, you can excel. But should I get the knowledge of my Swarupa or not? No choice. However great atheist you may be, however great terrorist there may be, great or whatever it may be, genius, no option, sir. One day, it may be after yugas, it may be after kalpas, aeons, one day one has to take to it. If that is the case, why not put forth extra efforts and accelerate the process of gaining Atmajnana? It is available when it is at our disposal. Why not get it? That is why Krishna says, better start now itself. And the greatness of this knowledge is just as a conflagration reduces even the forest into ashes. So this knowledge destroys all sins, including punya, because punya is binding also, and makes you discover the limitless happiness you are, not you will become. You are and you have disowned it. It makes you own it up. Don't think Atmana produced something. No. You are already Paramananda. But somehow you have denied it to yourself and discarded it. Shastra or Bhagavad Gita makes you inquire and discover that you are Paramananda Swarupa, free from birth and death, and not this body, storehouse of all sorrows, subject to birth and death. No. So, Jnanagni, fire of knowledge, reduces all karmaphalas into ashes like a conflagration, reduces everything into ashes. This being the case, in this world, there is nothing as purifying as jnana. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitrameva vidyate. Tat swayam yoga samsiddha kalena atmani vidyate. There is nothing as purifying as knowledge. But person who swayam samsiddha, one who has taken this pursuit and that himself is what? Accomplished person. Swayam himself means effortlessly, kalena, in course of time, atmani vindati, gains it oneself. Means such highly purifying knowledge, a person who takes the right pursuit easily gains, discovers it to be his real nature. But in this pursuit, one factor is very, 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 very important. What is that factor? Shraddha. Shraddha, firm conviction. Not just belief. Because nowadays, the moment you say Shraddha, they jump to Andha Shraddha. Andha Shraddha means blind belief. Of course, there are many fields, many people who may have such blind belief, what is called as Andhashraddha. In blind belief, in what you believe, there is no basis. What you believe may not be true or is not true. Still the person believes. Without verification or without effort to verify it. But Shraddha is not so. In Shraddha, there is a valid reason available to us based on its source, considering its source, that this cannot go wrong. This has to be true. That conviction that this cannot be wrong. This has to. And I don't sit quietly. I follow the means and verify for myself the truth on which I had the Shraddha here, the hitherto. So we can say Shraddha is belief pending verification. I've got every means to accept it, though I have not verified it. Shankaracharya in Vivek Tudamani defines Shraddha as Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharana. Satyam iti Buddhya Avadharana. Avadharana, ascertainment. Satyam iti, this is true. What is it? Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya. What is told in the Shastra, accordingly, what is taught by the Acharya Guru is true. Such ascertainment, firm conviction is called Shraddha. If you are not verified, how dare you say that? I have got sufficient reasons for that. Why? Because what is taught, what is told in the Shastra, is not something new rightly now discovered. It is something which has been verified from time immemorial. Along with creation, this knowledge came. And at every step of teacher-taught lineage, beginning from Parameshwara onward, whether you call Narayana or Sadashiva, at every link it has been verified. What is called as Vidvad Anubhava. The experience of the great masters is a valid proof. This is not some utopian dream. This is not the fancy of some fertile mind. It is the truth. And it gives a means, a path, how to proceed. It becomes obligatory on my part before passing any judgment, right or wrong. Proceed on that path and discover it. It is bound to be true. So therefore, there is a reason to accept it as true, to have conviction it's true. But those who decry any such things which doesn't meet the eye as Andhashraddha, blind belief, have never inquired into it. They may claim themselves to be scientific, but I would say they are most unscientific. Why? Because the first and the foremost step in science is what? Investigation. You have no right to pass any comments without investigation. So science is based on investigation. But these people who claim themselves to be scientific and decry all these things have overlooked or they are blissfully unaware of the limitations of science. They think that science means God only. They don't believe, okay. That God they don't. But science means science is everything. There is nothing greater than science. That's what it is. Please know for certain. Science, the field of science is perceptible world. whatever that is in the range of perception. You hear, see, taste, touch, smell, and taste, hear, see, taste, smell, and this five senses. Shabda, hearing, sparsha, touch, rupa, form, rasa, taste, gandha, smell. These five sense objects consist of the jagat. That is the field of science as a direct perception or enhanced perception by scientific gadgets. Then they inquire, analyze, codify, infer, and come to a conclusion. They have overlooked one thing. If there is an entity which exists and yet not perceptibly available, science has to raise its hands up. It is not its field. That is where comes Vedas. The field of Veda is Atindriya. Atindriya, transcendental, transcenses, beyond the range of these people who claim as to be the what? Great, that we saw, this scientists, etc., have overlooked that there is an entity which is beyond this range of the awareness principle in us, consciousness principle in us. You can't hear, you can't taste, you can't touch, you can't smell, you can't see. Still, I am self-evident. Science doesn't operate at all. It is where Veda and Vedanta come. So therefore, Shraddha is not simply a belief. It's a belief pending verification. And I have got a firm conviction because it is tested and verified and it is available for us to verification. Shraddhavan labate jnanam. But mere Shraddha is not enough, sir. Tatparaha Sayyatedriya. 39, very important stanza, 39. 4th chapter, 39, verse. Tatparaha. The person must be committed to this person, not idle gazer. Let me see what Vedanta has to say. Or he has taken Vedanta as subject for PhD thesis. I is on the degree to earn bread. No. He was a mumukshu, a sincere seeker who wants to discover his Swarup. Same time, Sayyatendriya, one who has got mastery over his senses. If it is not there, mind will get scattered into all sense pleasures and sense objects. Such a mind is of no use at all. And such a person, having got this Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Param Shantim Achirena Adhigacchati. Achira, so quickly, Param Shanti, Parashanti is moksha. He discovers himself to be Ananda Sarupa, free from sorrows, free from birth and death. That is what is called as moksha. So therefore, Shraddha is like a seed capital in business. To start a business, you must have bare minimum capital. It is called as seed capital. Shraddha is the seed capital. But of course, you have to work on it. Merely having capital is not going to yield the result. No, other way. See, look, our life is based on Shraddha. What is the date today, sir? We will say 25th February. How did you know? You may say, I saw a calendar or my cell phone. What a guarantee that is true? You know, behind that, there's the authority who knows all about it. You see a meaning of a word in a dictionary. You know, there are lexicographers who know about it and have given this meaning. Do you trust it or not? Yes, that is Shraddha. Why? Valid reason is there. Not just like that. Life without Shraddha is not possible. Therefore says, a person who is ignorant, adnashya ashraddhanashya. There is no Shraddha in this Shastra. Samshayatma vinashyati. Doubting Thomas get ruined. Nayam lokosi na paro samshayatma. That person gaining moksha or heaven, forget about it. He will not be a successful person even in his life here now. So, Shraddha, keep this in always in mind. Shraddhavan labate jnanam samshayatma vinashyati. Bhagwan warns you. Be aware of this. Samshayatma vinashyati. The person who has a doubt about this, he is bound to get ruined. Ruined means that he doesn't die, etc. Nothing like that. He becomes useless. In this world, you want to earn and live happily. Heaven, moksha, bahuduram, far, far, far. Even in life, he cannot be a happy person. So, Shraddhavan labate jnanam samshayatma vinashyati. I don't know, you see, in 1960s or so, there was an American film industrialist, aircraft industrialist, Howard Hughes. When he died, you know what was the death certificate? Reason for death? Howard Hughes died of malnutrition. Country like America, such a billionaire, trillionaire, such a rich person. What happened? As the riches started increasing, he got a bug in the mind. I may be poisoned. End of it. He kept security people, started doubting those security people, started doubting the cook, etc. Finally became melancholic, not talking to anyone, etc., etc. Every day sending the urine, etc., for laboratory tests, etc. Means mentally gone. Samshaya Atma. In fact, Rockefeller had his problem, but he came out of it because of Vivekananda. When his wealth started mounting up, he got frightened. So he maybe get subject to some danger, etc. He discussed with his friends, etc. They said, hey, go to Chicago. One Indian monk has come. Yeah, he is a great person, no? Indian monk. What he can do? He didn't accept. But they were repeatedly telling me, this is not an ordinary person. Didn't watch. One day, somehow, he decided to go there. Vivekananda was inside reading. Some attendant was outside. He said, he is reading, please be seated. His ego got hurt. Me? Rockefeller? This person is stopping me. He just straight away barred it. Very well. Vivekananda was not angry as such. He simply asked, what do you want? I don't want anything. Yes, I don't want. So please be seated, he said. And Vivekananda told him what is going on in his mind. How do you say so? He said, look, I can read your mind like the things kept in a glass almirah. He has to accept because they are told whatever that he has not told anyone else. There is no way of Vivekananda knowing that. He said, look, don't worry. You have got this much of wealth. No? Use for good purpose, for the good of many people at large. So that also didn't appeal to him. With the half of this thing, he left. But slowly, the idea started sinking in his mind. And after a few days, he made a document, the foundation, Rockefeller Foundation, and came and showed. Yeah, that's good. Rockefeller told you should thank me because I have done this. He said, why should I? I have told for your good. You have to thank me. And he came to senses. Samshaya Atma Vinashyati. Anyway, he came out of that. But Howard, he didn't come out of it because he didn't get anyone like that. I think no psychiatrist was able to help him. So Samshaya Atma Vinashyati. Be careful about it. Look, at least I'm asking you one question. Who is telling this to us? Krishna. Krishna is not a jiva like you and me. He is not born of karma for us. He has taken voluntarily this birth to uplift the humanity. Having come to uplift the humanity, will he hoodwink the humanity? Will he cheat the humanity? Will he tell something wrong to the humanity? There is a saying, the father, does he get his daughter married to a boy to kill the son-in-law? No. Father gets married because they should live happily. Nobody gets the daughter married to kill the son-in-law. So he has come for the good humanity. Will he tell something wrong? We should have that common sense to have the Shraddha. In the words of Krishna. However impossible it may appear, Krishna is saying that it must be true. He has nothing to get from us. He has nothing to get from us. He doesn't want clientele. He doesn't want devotees, nuisance. And yet, out of love, out of compassion, he is declaring to this humanity. So, therefore, that is Keep this always in mind. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Samshaya atma vinashati. Of course, we don't mean Andhashraddha. There are fields, there are people who are victims of that. We are not talking about that. We are talking about Krishna. Ultimate truth of the reality. Ultimate truth in this cosmos. It's been verified. And such a person who has yoga sannyasta karmanam jnana samshinna samshayam atmavantam na karmani dibanti. One who has given up all karmas. Giving karmas means karmaphalas. How yoga? Yoga to begin with, karma yoga. Prepare your mind. Then jnana yoga. Get freed from all karmaphalas. Jnana samshinna samshayam. And by atma jnana, all doubts about who am I, who is Ishvara, what is this world in reality, all doubts have been ended. Atmavartam, the one who has got mastery over oneself. To such a person, karmas means karmaphalas cannot bind. They cannot bind him at all. So with this, Krishna is concluding this chapter. That is, this samshaya, doubt, that is there in the Gudam about yourself. Cut it asunder by the sword of Jnana, which is this doubt, which is born of confusion, delusion, which is born of ignorance. So cut it asunder by Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, knowing what you are in reality. Tasmat Ajnana Sambhutam, born of ignorance of oneself. Vristam, in the psyche it is deeply rooted. Atmana Jnanasina Atmana, by the Asi, sword of Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. Chitva, Samshayam Chitva. Having cut asunder of this, Yogam Atishto Tishta Bhara. Take to yoga. See, the next chapter is based on this. Doubt comes because in 41, Yoga Sannyasta Karmanam Yad Krishna. Their yoga is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is so great, all karmas get burned, no future birth, moksha. Here, having cut asunder doubt, Yogam Atishta Uttishta. Get up. Take to yoga. This yoga is karma yoga, which leads to jnana yoga. Means it tells Arjuna, come on, take to karma yoga. Till now he praised what? Jnana yoga. Nahi jnane na sadrisham pavitram vidyate. Samshaya atma vinashyati. Shraddhavan labhati jnanam. And what? Such a person is not bound by the karma. And now he says, take to karma yoga. This instills doubt in the mind of Arjuna. Earlier doubt was within the third chapter, beginning, whether karma is superior or jnana superior. You praise jnana and ask me to take to karma. Now here, jnana you are praising, jnana you are praising, and you are asking me to take to karma yoga. How come? So Krishna is going to unfold the link between Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. It is just like that. From primary education, you go to secondary. From secondary, you go to higher education. Is it not? Can you from primary jump to higher education? Likewise. Karma Yoga gives you that disposition, that frame of mind, indispensable to gain Jnana Yoga. And if that preparation of the mind is not there, Jnana cannot be gained. Though Jnana is something great. You have to be practical. I have to find where do I stand. Accordingly, I have to take to the means. Is it not? Suppose you are somewhere in a remote village in Ratnagiri and you have to take a flight to New York. Cover the distance by, say, a vehicle to the railway station, from railway station to Bombay, Mumbai, or vehicle direct to airport. You just board the flight in their village. Likewise, your mind is not yet ready to gain this knowledge. Remedy for which is Karma Yoga. Take to it, be eligible, gain the knowledge. Directly is not possible. Likewise, Krishna knows the disposition of Arjuna. Arjuna, for the time being, you are fit for Karma Yoga. Take to Karma Yoga. This doubt comes in the mind of Arjuna, and he's asking in the beginning of the next chapter. We'll see that. About the question. The question is, of course, we had seen about the avatars. The question is, how many types of avatars are there? And what is the number of avatars? The question. First, let us see the types, the categories of avatars. Avatara means the divinity principle taking a particular embodiment for a specific mission, depending on the circumstances. You and me take the embodiment because of the karma. But avatara is not because karma, because Paramatma has no karma. But for certain mission, he takes the embodiment. Why it's always said, Yadaya Dharma Seklanir Bodhipar, that's already said. How avatara takes this? Why avatara takes this? When avatara, we have seen in details. Now, avatars are of different types. One is Ansha Avatara. Means it's not a full-fledged. In certain aspects, is avatar. Ansha Avatar. Still less aspect is what in terms of the mission. Kalavatar. Kalavatar is with certain qualities only. Yes. Avesha Avatar. It can be just momentary. When circumstances, etc., that manifestation came, did the job, over. Avesha. The person, maybe something means it is something very prominently seen, but not lasting for a long time. Acharya avatar, specifically as an Acharya, as a Guru, one takes over. Santa. Santa is when, like sages. Maryada. Rama is called Maryada Purushottam. That means enacting the dharma. Purna avatar. Krishna. Rama also to some extent was this. Shodasha Kala there. This Kala was there, no? Facets. Kala avatar is some, one or two, some facets. All facets. For example, Krishna avatar is the one avatar wherein not a single teardrop was shed. Rama avatar, a lot of things were available. Lamenting for Sita, etc. One thing we have seen, never compare avatars. You cannot say this avatar is superior, other avatar is not. It is for a specific mission, it's designed for the purpose. There is no comparison possible. Purna avatar. Question is, how many avatars are there? Avatars are ananta, endless. Endless. We may say 10, etc. But as far as Narayana is concerned, Vishnu is concerned, about 25 of them are considered as prominent ones. The Dashavatara is another version, but about 25. This is only who Narayana. Like Shiva also may have this. Different forms of divinity will have avatar. That's why they are endless in number. As for Vishnu is concerned, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, Sanat Sujata, the four Manasa Putras of Brahmaji, avatar. Nara, Narayana. They say Nara Narayana is manifested as Krishna and Arjuna. Narayana Krishna, Nara Arjuna. Varaha, boar. Narada is also avatar. Kapila. This is not the Kapila of Sankhya philosophy. This Kapila is Devahuti's mother. Father is Kardama. He had married to Devahuti on one condition. But once son is born, I will take sannyasa, I will get lost. And this is the Kapila. This Kapila is different from Sankhya because this Kapila accepts Vaikunthavasi Narayana. He accepts moksha, though his teaching to mother is called Sankhya. Sankhya word is also used for Vedanta. So therefore, from the teaching to his mother, it's very clear this Kapila appearing in Bhagavata is not the originator of Sankhya school of thought. Kapila, Dattatreya, you know that Dattatreya, is said to be Chiranjeevi. That's what they say. Yajna, Vishnu as Yajna Avatara, one Avatara is there. Rishabha, Pruthu, Matsya, Kurma, Dhanvantari, all your Ayurveda, etc. from Dhanvantari. Mohini, you know the stage, nectar episode. Nrsimha, Vamana, Vyasa, Rama, Parashurama, Balarama, Krishna, Buddha, Kalki. Now this about Buddha, there's some difference of opinion, whether it is a Gautam Buddha or someone else. But that Buddha is one of the Kalki. Then Hausa, Paramahamsa, or what is called as, there is Hayagriva, body that of man and the head, face that of horse. Hayagriva. Vishnu avatar of this. They are the prominent ones. But avatars are endless in number. So we have to make best use of avatara, though they come for certain mission. And that mission is for the good of the humanity only. Okay, that's fine. Om samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Om shanti shanti.